Good morning, students. Today's topic is tenses. So, first we will know about what do tenses mean. So, tenses mean that they are the form taken by a verb to show the time of an action or the state of an event. It shows time of an action or the state of any event, any action. And these tenses are divided into three categories. There are total three tenses. The first one is called the present tense, second one is called as the past tense, and the third one is called the future tense. And these three tenses are further divided into four subcategories, and they are divided to show the continuity or the completeness of an action. To show the continuity or completeness of the action. And the names of these subcategories are indefinite tense, continuous or imperfect tense, perfect tense, and perfect continuous tense. So these are the four subcategories of the three tenses. So that will make that if there are three tenses and there are four subcategories, that means there are total 12 sentences that can be formed using the all the tenses. So here is a table describing how each and every sentence of tense can be formed. As I took the example play, the word play, and for making present indefinite, I just added s in the word play and it became plays. Same I did with past indefinite. To make past indefinite, I just added ed in play and it became played. For future indefinite, it will be will or shall plus play. So the all the tenses will be made according to these rules. So let's discuss about that what are the four categories symbolizes. So let's talk about the first one, the indefinite tense. It does not indicate whether the action is complete or not. That means it will not surely tell you whether the action is completed or not. The second one, the continuous imperfect tense. It tells us that the action is still going on. That means when any action is in continuous mode, when any action is going on, then it will come under the category continuous tense. The third one is the perfect tense. It indicates that the action is complete, finished, or perfect. So that means if any verb, any action has been completed fully, then it will come under the category perfect tense. Now, the last and the fourth one is perfect continuous tense. It indicates that the action began in the past and is still going on. So, whenever an action began in the past and is still going on, then that verb, then that action will come under the category perfect continuous tense. So, children, these are the four subcategories of tense, all the three tenses. Now, we'll discuss about each and every category one by one. So, beginning with the simple present tense, or you can say present indefinite tense. First, the structure of simple present tense will be subject plus verb 1 plus object. Verb 1 means the root form of any verb. So, simple present tense, it expresses a general truth or an action that is occurring now. For example, the sun rises from the east. This is a universal truth, this is a general truth, it can't be changed. That's why it will come under the simple present tense. Again, it expresses an action that occurs regularly or habitually. That means if we talk about any action which we do on regular basis, then it will come under the category simple present tense. As the example is given, she goes to the school regularly. As going to school is a verb that is done by all the students regularly on daily basis. So this process will also come under simple present tense. That means whenever we will talk about any universal truth or anything that we do regularly, it will come under simple present tense. And how we will make sentences? So if we have to make an affirmative sentence using simple present tense, then it will be they play. And for making negative sentence, just add not and it will become they do not play. For making an interrogative sentence, you have to just take the auxiliary verb and put it on the first position and it will become do they play. For making negative interrogative sentence, it will be do they not play. So this is the rule how we can structurize any type of sentence using present indefinite or you can say simple present tense. Next one is present continuous tense. That means the present continuous tense is used to express an action which is happening at a particular time in the present or extending over a period of present times. That means whenever we will talk about any action that is still going on in present time just now, that means it will come under the category present continuous tense. And if we will have to discuss about the structure, then it will be subject plus is, am or are plus first form of verb plus ing and then object. That means subject and after that auxiliary verbs is, are or am, then fourth form of verb and then object. This is the structure of present continuous tense. Now we will see some examples. As for making an affirmative sentence, it will be you are playing. Negative sentence, you are not playing. Interrogative sentence, are you playing? Negative interrogative sentence, are you not playing? So these are the four types of sentences we constructed using the structure that was provided in the rule we read in present continuous tense. Next one is present perfect tense. Present perfect tense denotes an action that was started in the past and has just been completed. So whenever we talk about any action which was started in the past time and it has just completed just now, then that sentence, that verb will come under the category present perfect tense. And the structure of present perfect tense is subject plus has, have plus third form of verb plus object. And you know where to use has and where to use have. Has for singular and have for plural. Now we'll construct different types of sentences using this structure. As affirmative sentence, it will be I have played. Negative sentence, I have not played. Interrogative sentence, have I played? Negative interrogative sentence, have I not played? These are the four different examples of category present perfect tense. Next one is Present perfect continuous tense. The present perfect continuous tense is used when an action that started in the past and is still going. So, when we will talk about any action which has been started in the past but is still continuing, then it will be present perfect continuous tense, and the structure will be subject plus has have plus been plus verb 1 plus ing, that means V4, and then object. So let's look at some examples using this structure. Any affirmative sentence will be formed like we have been playing. Negative sentence, we have not been playing. Interrogative sentence, have we been playing? Negative interrogative sentence, have we not been playing? So students, these are the total 4 sentences, or you can say 4 types of tenses that we have to read under present tense. Now let's move to the second tense, that is the past tense. We will do the same thing. We will discuss all the 4 subcategories of past tense one by one. So first one is simple past tense. Simple past tense is used for an action which happened at a particular time in past. That means if any action happened in past, then it will be called simple past tense, and the structure is subject plus V2 plus object, means you have to use second form of verb in making sentence of simple past tense. So let's see some examples using this structure. Any affirmative sentence will be formed as I played. For negative sentence, it will become I did not play. Interrogative sentence, did I play? Negative interrogative sentence, did I not play? So these are the 4 sentences that we can form using simple past tense. Now we'll move to the next one, past continuous tense. Past continuous tense is used for an action which was happening at a particular time in past, that was continuing in past, and the structure is subject plus was were plus fourth form of verb and then object. That means we have to use was were with fourth form of verb. And examples are as follows: boys were playing. If we have to make any affirmative sentence, boys were not playing, that is a negative sentence. Were boys playing? It's an interrogative sentence. Were boys not playing? It's an negative interrogative sentence. Next one is past perfect tense. Past perfect tense is used to express an action that was completed before another action started in the past. It is used with the earlier of the two actions. The simple past tense is used with the other action. That means when we will discuss about any verb, any action that has been fully completed in past time, then it will be under the category past perfect tense, and the structure will be subject plus had plus third form of verb plus object. Let's look at some examples. First one, affirmative sentence, Sheila had played. Sheila had played. Negative sentence, Sheila had not played. Interrogative sentence, had Sheila played? And negative interrogative sentence, had Sheila not played? So, these are the 4 examples using past perfect tense. Let's move to the next one, past perfect continuous tense. It is used for an action that began before a certain point in the past and continued up to that point. So the structure will be subject plus had plus been plus V1 and then object. The structure will be subject plus had plus been plus V4 and then object. So look at some examples. For making affirmative sentence, it will be Ria had been playing. Negative sentence, Ria had not been playing. Interrogative sentence, had Ria been playing? Negative interrogative sentence, had Ria not been playing? So these were some examples using past perfect continuous tense. Now we'll move to the last tense, the third tense, that is future tense. And as we did with present and past tense, same way we'll do with future tense. We will discuss all the 4 sentences of future tense one by one. So the first one is simple future tense, and simple future tense is used for an action that will take place at a particular time in the future. So if there is any action that is going to be placed in future at any time, then it will be simple future tense, and the structure is will or shall with V1. Will or shall with V1. Some examples are Ravi will play. It is an affirmative sentence. Ravi will not play. It's a negative sentence. Will Ravi play? It's an interrogative sentence. Will Ravi not play? It's a negative sentence. So these are the 4 examples of simple future tense. Next one is future continuous tense. Future continuous tense is used to express an action which will be in progress at a particular time in future. That means if any action will be in continuous mode in any time in future, then it will be a future continuous tense, and the structure will be subject and then will shall, either will or shall. Then we have to use be and then V1 plus ing, that means V4, and then object, that means will shall be plus V4 is the structure of future continuous tense. Examples are affirmative sentence, I will be playing. I will be playing. Negative sentence, I will not be playing. Interrogative sentence, shall I be playing? And negative interrogative sentence, shall I not be playing? So these are the 4 examples of future continuous tense. Third one is future perfect tense. That means if any action will be completed fully in any time in future, then it will be future perfect tense. And we'll talk about structure. It will be subject plus shall or will, then have, then V3, then object. That means will shall have plus V3 is the structure of future perfect tense. Examples are for affirmative sentence, she will have played. She will have played. Negative sentence, she will not have played. Interrogative sentence, will she have played? And negative interrogative sentence, will she not have played? And the last one is future perfect continuous tense. For future perfect continuous tense, the rule is subject plus shall or will plus have been plus V4 and then object. This is the structure of future perfect continuous tense. It is used when an action is to continue up to a certain point of time in the future. Then it will be future perfect continuous tense. So examples are, first one, if we will talk about affirmative sentence, then it will be Raj will have been playing. Negative sentence, Raj will not have been playing. Interrogative sentence, will Raj have been playing? And negative interrogative sentence, it will be, will Raj not have been playing? So students, these are the total 12 sentences or 12 types of tenses that you have to learn, that you have to know in your syllabus. Thank you.